Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to talk about Ethereum. Now, if you remember in the previous video about ETH, I was saying if you insist to be bullish, I guess you can argue that maybe we are going to have a series of 1-2s, meaning this can be true at this point, a wave 1, followed by that a correction structure into wave 2, and we can have a big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree is going to be into a larger degree wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. And I said you can consider this, but for me, it's not really going to be my primary case. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about a potential bearish scenario suggesting from this high a correction structure started in Ethereum, and the end of it is going to be right in here or maybe a bit lower. And I think according to that scenario, we can argue maybe this is going to be an ABC flat structure. Now, let's just go around here. In an ABC flat, we are going to have something like this. This is our initial move down into a correction for wave B, and this has to be a relatively deep move on the upside. And usually people say wave B has to go to somewhere around the 90% of the Fibonacci retracement level for this wave A, but I'm comfortable to call it a flat structure if this goes to even somewhere around the 80%. For me, doesn't really matter a whole lot. And then we're gonna have another move down into our wave C. Now, for this C leg, we can consider two different scenarios. One possibility suggests we might take the low of our A leg, but another case suggests that maybe even we're not going to take this low, and this is going to be a truncated C wave, and they do actually happen quite often in a flat structure. And for our sub waves, we must have ABC down into a correction structure up into wave B, maybe ABC, maybe even a WXY, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, a relatively strong move into wave C. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. And we talked about this before. This, in my opinion, is definitely an ABC down, followed by that. I do think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, but it's probably going to be into a C leg of a zigzag, something like this. Sorry about that one. Okay, and so far we are having ABC down, ABC up, and if we can find a 5 wave down in here, a very strong move on the downside, we can argue this whole move is a flat structure. Now, in terms of Fibonacci's, if I just take this one and put it from here to about this low, as you can see, for this retrace, we actually went to somewhere around the 80% of the Fibonacci retracement level. So from my point of view, at least, this is enough to call this whole pattern a flat structure. Now, in this area, as you can see, we are clearly having a very strong move on the downside, and it seems like that maybe we are having a 1, 2 big move down into wave 3, potentially to about here or here, doesn't really matter, correction for 4, and we are on our way to have our final move down into wave 5. And I do not believe that in Ethereum we are going to take the lowest low down here about $880. I think if this whole move is going to be an ABC flat, odds are this last leg is going to end before we even reach to about these levels. And I can tell you a likely target for the current move down in Ethereum can be reaching to somewhere around this important support, which is from weekly and daily time frame at the same time between $1,600 to about $1,660. As long as we are staying above here, I can tell you this move up is going to come to an end soon. And even if the bottom isn't right in here and I am wrong, okay, I'm not going to flip completely bullish around this area. I'm gonna wait a bit more and see a very strong move up in order to reclaim this unbelievably important region. And at that point, I guess fair enough, if I see the right structures, I'm gonna be bullish. But for now, I'm going to argue this move can continue a bit more. However, overall, we shouldn't really be worried at all, because this whole move is a correction, and after it's over, I promise you Ethereum is going to drop a lot of jaws and you are going to see some unbelievable gains ahead. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Ethereum's chart. And until the next update, have a wonderful time. Goodbye.